Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to A Word for Today. We're so glad that you've been able to join us today. We are on day 10. Yes, we are in double figures on our journey through the Bible. It is June 10. We are in Genesis chapter 10. And as always, I am not alone. I am with Cindy Lopes. Cindy, have I pronounced your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
What does the name Cindy mean?
So Cindy, according to, Wikipedia, it means light.
Light.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to put a footnote there that you don't do all your research from Wikipedia. I think that needs to be known for those who are watching.
As long as I reference.
Okay. All right then. So, Cindy, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Yes.
Okay. And what language do you speak in Mozambique?
We speak Portuguese.
Portuguese. Okay. Could you teach us something in Portuguese?
Paz e amor.
Paz e amor.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, you got it
Okay.
right.
Paz e amor. What? Before I pronounce it, I need to know what it means. I don't know what I'm saying. What does paz e amor mean?
Peace and love.
Wow. Wonderful. Peace and love. Peace and love to you who are watching. Thank you for sharing that, Cindy. What are you studying?
I'm studying BCom accounting,
Accounting?
first year.
First year accounting, and how you're finding it?
It's a love and hate relationship.
Oh, paz e amor. Did I get that right?
No.
Oh, dear. Okay. Let's move on. But you'll be able to get through by God's grace. I'm sure. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're in Genesis 10. I think you know the question that I'm about to ask you. What is your word for today?
So I didn't exactly pick a word. It's more of a name, but if you search on the dictionary, it actually means.
Tell us the name. Tell us the word first.
Yes. So the name is Nimrod.
Nimrod.
And if you search on the dictionaries, it means a skillful hunter.
Okay. So why did you choose Nimrod? So we know what the name means. It means skillful hunter. If you've read Genesis 10, it's an interesting chapter. So many names within the chapter. So many names. Here's my challenge for you. Can you count all the names in the chapter and leave it in the comment section below? How many names are there in Genesis chapter 10? So why Nimrod?
So Nimrod caught my attention because if you read in Genesis 10, verse 8 and 9, he was the only name that was mentioned and was given an extra information about.
Okay, so could you read that? So we're in Genesis 10, verse 8 and 9.
Yes.
Do you know what version you're reading from?
Modern English version.
Okay,
NIV.
the modern English version, following whatever translation you may have. Genesis 10, verse 8 and 9. Please read it to us.
So what is written is, Cush was the father of Nimrod. He became a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, even like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. So mighty is mentioned 3 times on both of these verses. And, at first thought, you would think, okay, he was a good guy. He was complimented 3 times mighty. Although that wasn't the case. So when they say he was a mighty hunter, it didn't mean that he was a hunter of animals. He wasn't hunting games or anything. He was actually a hunter of men. In other words, a warrior. So Nimrod was a very skillful warrior. And he was the one who ruled over Babel. And Nimrod, when you say he was mighty before the Lord, in other words, it also means that he was an offense against the face of God.
Wow. Yeah. Earlier in our journey, we looked at the word countenance, talking about the face, and that was with Lorato, and we looked at how the face of Cain was down. That was in Genesis 4, and now you're talking about in the face of God. these seemingly positive attributes and qualities, that he's mighty, 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 3 times. And it's amazing. Thank you so much. It shows us that context really is so important, that we have these seemingly positive qualities, but it's not used in the right way. In fact, it's, as you have said, an offense to God. So what can we take? What lesson can we learn from this? For those who are watching, yes, we have the name Nimrod, skillful warrior. What encouragement or inspiration or lesson can we leave our viewers with?
So, what I have to say for our viewers is that people are very quick to forget about God. So, Nimrod, he was an offense to God, and he was the one who caused the first rebellion against God by building the Tower of Babel. So, in the first verse, it was mentioned that now these are the generations of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and the sons were born to them after the flood. So they mentioned after the flood. So it wasn't hidden that there was a judgment that was catastrophic, such as the flood, that was a cause by God as a way of punishment. So thinking that way, you wouldn't dare to defy God, yet Nimrod went against him.
So they built this tower, and so it's after the flood. God caused the flood because of the sin and the wickedness and the perverseness that was in the world. It was corrupted, tainted, tarnished by sin. And after the flood, similar to his command to Adam and Eve, to fill the earth, to populate the earth, that they weren't supposed to congregate in one place, but to be scattered. But instead of obeying God's command, they defy his command and come together, and they built this tower. And it seems like they built it in, as you said, in offense to God. God had promised that he wouldn't flood the earth again. He gave that sign of the rainbow as a covenant. And yet we have here them building this tower, this building, in case God flooded the world again, they would be safe. And so they're trusting in their own salvation rather than God. Thank you for sharing that with us and connecting with what Adrian shared with us yesterday about that word covenant. What else, finally, can you share with our viewers as a final thought?
So, as we see from Nimrod, he was very skillful, and he was a role model for the people. People would look up to him as a powerful man. And people started to rely on their own abilities, their own skills, instead of relying and needing the support from God. So they started doing their own things and completely forgot about him. So, yeah.
So maybe we can say, don't forget about God. Maybe think about what gifts, what skills do you have, and how are you using them? Are you using them for God's glory, or is it an offense to God, what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking? Let's do all things to the glory of God. I'm going to invite you, Cindy, to please lead us in prayer, based on what we've discussed, not only for ourselves, but for those who are watching as we continue in this journey together.
Nosso Pai que está no céu, obrigado por ter pela saúde que nos deste hoje. Obrigado por termos dado mais dia para poder ouvir sua voz. Que nos ajude a seguir os seus caminhos e que não estejamos desviados para os caminhos do mal. Que perdoe os pecados de todos nós queridos. Em nome do nosso Pai que está no céu. Amém.
Amen. Obrigado.
De nada.
Thank you so much again for joining us. If you want to know the words that were prayed there by Cindy, Cindy's going to leave it in the comment section, the translation, the interpretation, so that you'll know what she said. So join us in the comment section below. Join us tomorrow, and may God continue to bless you as you study God's word, seeking his face and doing his will. God bless you. Thanks for watching. For all your queries and comments, questions and answers, observations, applications, reservations and consternations, you can leave them all in the comment section
below. And don't forget, sharing is caring. So don't keep the Pastor B channel to yourself. Don't be selfish. Go and tell somebody. Admit it. You liked that, didn't you? Hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe to the Pastor B YouTube channel. I don't want you to miss any content, so make sure that you read.